Football is more than just a sport in Nigeria, it's a way of life, a heartbeat that unites millions, and a platform where heroes are born. Whenever the Super Eagles step onto the pitch, the entire nation watches with passion, expectation, and belief. On that unforgettable day in Hoyo, Nigeria faced Rwanda in a World Cup qualifying clash that had all the elements of a classic: tension, tactical battles, defensive resilience, and ultimately, a match-winning moment that sent fans into jubilation. While the scoreboard read just 1-0, the story behind the numbers was rich and inspiring. It wasn't simply about a win, it was about character, resilience, and players rising to the occasion when the country needed them most. Some names stood taller than others, producing moments of brilliance, composure, and leadership that made the difference. In this countdown, we will spotlight the 5 best players from Nigeria's victory against Rwanda in Huyo, analyzing their impact, celebrating their performances, and telling the story of how they carried the hopes of millions on their shoulders. From defensive walls to creative sparks, and from leadership to clinical finishing, these are the heroes who defined the night. 5. Wilfred Ndidi, the midfield general. When you think of stability, discipline, and leadership in Nigerian football, one name always comes to mind: Wilfred Ndidi. Again showed why he is not only a dependable midfielder but also the heartbeat of the Super Eagles side. Why Ndidi made the top 5. Captain's leadership. Wearing the armband, Ndidi exuded calmness in a game that could easily have descended into frustration. Rwanda defended deep, closing spaces, and Nigeria needed patience. Ndidi ensured the team maintained composure, encouraging teammates, urging them forward, and controlling the tempo. Midfield shield. Rwanda tried to exploit counter-attacks, but Ndidi was always there to cut off passing lanes and break up plays. His ability to read the game kept Nigeria safe from surprise attacks. Ball distribution. Beyond his defensive duties, Ndidi's passing ensured Nigeria transitioned smoothly from defense to attack. His intelligent switches of play stretched Rwanda and gave wingers like Simon and Iwobi room to operate. Silent influence. Ndidi is not always flashy, but his influence is undeniable. Sometimes the best performances are the ones that don't grab headlines but provide the foundation for victory, and that was Ndidi's role in Uyo. In short, Ndidi epitomized the phrase the unsung hero, the one who quietly builds the platform on which others shine. Alex Iwobi, the creative spark. If Nigeria needed someone to unlock a stubborn Rwandan defense, Alex Iwobi was the man to call. The Fulham midfielder has always been known for his technical ability, vision, and creativity, and in this match, he once again delivered when it mattered most. Why Iwobi made the top 5. Dribbling and control. Rwanda sat deep, but Iwobi constantly carried the ball into dangerous areas, taking on defenders and forcing them out of position. His dribbles created gaps that Nigeria exploited. Link-up play. Iwobi connected midfield to attack brilliantly. His 1-2s with Moses Simon and passes into Irokada created some of Nigeria's best chances. Relentless energy. Even when Rwanda frustrated Nigeria with their defensive block, Iwobi never stopped running, never stopped trying to create, and never let his shoulders drop. Experienced presence. Having played in big games for both club and country, Iwobi showed maturity. He didn't panic, didn't force the issue, but played with intelligence, waiting for the right moments to strike. While he didn't score, his fingerprints were all over Nigeria's attacking play. Without Iwobi's creativity, Nigeria might have struggled to find the opening that eventually led to victory. 3. Moses Simon, the relentless attacker. When the game seemed cagey and Nigeria needed someone to take risks, Moses Simon stepped up. Known for his pace, directness, and ability to test goalkeepers from distance, Simon reminded everyone why he is such a dangerous weapon in the Super Eagles arsenal. Why Simon made the top 5. Fearless shooting. His thunderous shot in the first half forced Rwanda's goalkeeper into a spectacular save. That moment injected energy into the stadium and showed that Nigeria was determined to break through. Wing threat. Constantly stretching Rwanda's defense, Simon's speed and dribbling meant defenders had no rest. He either cut inside to shoot or delivered crosses to Irokada and others. Pressure factor. By always threatening, Simon forced Rwanda to stay compact, which created space in other areas for Iwobi and Didi to operate. Never say die spirit. Even when Rwanda doubled up on him, Simon kept pushing, kept trying, and kept creating pressure moments. Simon didn't get a goal on the night, but sometimes, a performance. Simon didn't get a goal on the night, but sometimes, a performance is measured not in numbers but in impact, and his relentless attacking gave Nigeria the cutting edge. 2. Stanley Nwabali, the safe hands. Every great team needs a solid goalkeeper, and Nigeria has found theirs in Stanley Nwabali. Against Rwanda, he proved once again why he is becoming one of the most trusted names between the sticks for the Super Eagles. Why Nwabali made the top 5. Crucial saves. Rwanda may not have had many chances, but when they did, Nwabali was alert. His late game save preserved Nigeria's lead and ensured victory. Calm under pressure. Goalkeepers often define the mood of a defense. Nwabali was composed, commanding his area, collecting crosses, and organizing his backline. Distribution. More than just saving shots, Nwabali's quick throws and long kicks launched counter-attacks that caught Rwanda off guard. Reliability. In tight qualifiers where one mistake can change everything, having a dependable keeper is priceless. Nwabali showed he is not just dependable, he is inspirational. It's easy to overlook goalkeepers when attackers score the headlines, but Nwabali's safe hands made sure Irokada's winning goal actually counted for something. 1. Tolu Irokada, the super sub-hero. Every story needs a hero. Against Rwanda, that hero was Tolu Irokada. Brought on as a substitute, he did what every striker dreams of: scored the match-winning goal and etched his name into the history of Nigerian football. Why Irokada made the top 5, and number 1. Impact substitute. Coming off the bench, he immediately added physicality, movement, and presence in the box. Rwanda's defenders struggled to cope. The decisive goal. In the 50th minute, when Nigeria needed inspiration, Irokada reacted quickest inside the box, smashing home the only goal of the game. That single strike wasn't just a goal, it was the lifeline Nigeria needed in their World Cup qualifying journey. Composure. Goals in tight games are not easy. Strikers often snatch at chances. Irokada showed calmness beyond his years, finishing clinically under pressure. Emotional connection. His celebration wasn't just about personal glory, it was about Nigeria. You could see the passion, the relief, and the pride as he celebrated with teammates and fans. In football, moments define careers, and in Huyo, Irokada had his moment. The young striker proved that he belongs on the big stage, and his goal may well become a defining chapter in Nigeria's road to the World Cup. Nigeria's 1-0 victory over Rwanda in Huyo wasn't just about 3 points, it was about resilience, belief, and players stepping up when the nation called. From Didi's leadership, Iwobi's creativity, and Simon's relentless energy, to Nwabali's safe hands and Irokada's decisive strike, the Super Eagles gave Nigerians a night to remember. This game will be remembered not only for the result but also for the message it carried. The Super Eagles are ready to fight for their place on the world stage, one game at a time. And as fans, we can only say one thing: bring on the next challenge. Nigeria is ready.